Hello, guys. So, welcome to tonight's show. My name is CHUKS, and you're on JFL TV, the home of football. So, if today is the first time we see our program for you to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So, for now, I will start the evening show. Okay, talking about transfers. So, the Athletic, when they give us another update, say Arsenal are looking towards PSG's Likangin. You get this guy, the guy you be like son. The guy they very tricky, they fast. You know, say normal. If me I hear all this kind of players will be say I know they really they watch like that because I know they follow PSG. You get. So as I see the news from the Athletic, David Ornstein, I run go check YouTube normal, and this one normal. You know, say me if I see better thing, I go tell on the guy said good and he did fast. You get. And they're relatively young, like within under 24 or so. So the guy they play very, very well. He did tricky, and the guy a versatile player. Can play center forward, he can play Bukayo Saka wing, he can play for midfield. So one of the reasons why Arsenal they look towards this guy now, for you to know, so we try to see the player what we go bring in to fix our right-sided winger problem. That Bukayo Saka role, we need somebody to come in. I want to believe from what I see, because we are now looking at different people now who want put for that place with all these problems when they arise. So let's see, before this January end, I won't believe say we don't get somebody who will play that role, because they're actually looking from at least for the Athletic to put their reputation there to tell you say Arsenal are seriously looking at this player. You get they look this one, they find Nico Williams, but the money not really there. Now they look this one. This one will cost like Nico Williams. The boy don't play for Valencia before, go PSG, they play Roma. Like I really do the research on the player and I watch him, I binge watched him, watched like 4 to 5 videos on YouTube, and I was satisfied. So in the figure time, no issue. You get the guy is how he play free kick, they dribble like mad. Like I'm impressed anyway. So we'll just see Lee Kangin. For those who want to go check the guy for YouTube probably after the show, just go and search for Lee Kangin. You get the guy they play. All right, so away from that, so and now Arsenal actually now post the report where they say Arsenal are considering a January move for PSG for the Lee Kangin, who could be available for 40 million. They say you don't be like Nico Williams. So the Gunners are open to exploring a loan deal with an option to buy if PSG are willing to negotiate. So more just the word. But for me, I would have preferred an outright buy because I love what I saw. You get. But for them to say loan with an option to buy, it goes to show you that money no day. Money no day. Yes. But let's just proceed because we will say Sachuk's not coming against the money day. All right, so this is a win for FC Barcelona. The long saga of Dani Olmo has come to an end. So it's on the official, the council don't give back the precautionary measure. So okay, for another short term, make una register Dani Olmo and Paul Victor. You get, they don't Fabrizio Romano post on this night, say it has been approved. I come watch video where you are Laporta, they happy, the guy they happy, like the guy they happy gone. You get, so all the news about maybe Arsenal going for him, Man City going for him, everything don't come to a logical conclusion, and Barca don't win. At the end of the day, after La Liga, Spanish Federation, higher federal courts, lower courts, after all those things, they don't finally get approval to register their player. So that's the end of that story. Now the EFL can release their own statement based on waiting Arteta talk. You get based on waiting Arteta talk, say the ball they very very tricky. You get now waiting Arteta they discuss. Now the EFL can talk say that ball where they see, say that ball now they use for Serie A. You get say that ball where they complain of. You get, you're not supposed to complain of the ball. Like say the ball don't get any issues. This and that. Talk Sports now actually put out the story because EFL said in addition to the Carabao Cup, the same ball has been successfully used in other major European leagues, including Serie A and La Liga and 3 divisions in the EFL. You see, when I saw that statement, I was like, this EFL, they don't really understand what Arteta they talk. And Talk Sports self, they don't really talk to us where me and they look at, because they talk Arteta they talk another thing and they talk another thing. Arteta they talk say the ball what will they use for EPL? What we say they play EPL every week in week out. It they different for what will they play for Carabao Cup. You will be the EFL commentator say that ball and the same ball they play for La Liga. That Serie A and La Liga where they used to that EFL ball. Now carry Premier League ball, go give them. Where they use play. Do you think it will be the same experience where they don't they used to? That is the ball, the cocoa that they talk. If they talk another thing. What Ateta is saying is this ball they different. Whether not true, whether not lie, but let's establish the fact that it is quite different to what we are using in the EPL. Because I was expecting the journalist to raise that point of what the EFL is saying is not actually the bone of contention. That analogy when they give say that the ball that they use for La Liga, that is fine. Now imagine for Copa del Rey. La Liga won't play Copa del Rey. They can't carry Premier League ball. Who give them? The players will be saying this is not the ball we are used to. You go feel that. So, but I don't know why they no ask that kind of question, why they no raise that objection, but it is what it is. The EFL don't come aside, don't give their own defense, say you know me, you get well. It don't happen, we say it don't happen. We can't be crying over spilled milk, you get it don't happen. We don't lose first leg, so we don't see the second leg. So all those are not able to they talk about now. Another report we're going to hear now about Brian Mbeumo. Say Arsenal really they look at the Ghana Chris Whitley. In fact, the guy say Brian Mbeumo has been added to Arsenal's shortlist for a potential summer transfer. Like I just said, I think which day be that? It was not yesterday where Fabrizio Romano drop update say Brentford don't have an intention of selling this Brian Mbeumo to anybody. So make you not go waste your time. Yes, like Ian Wright said in the morning, it is quite difficult to get players in January because most of the top players who you would like to get, the club no go like to sell them because everybody get their own aims and objectives. When the season starts, someone qualify for top 4, someone qualify for Europa League, someone qualify for UEFA Europa Conference League, some their own. I mean, they no go relegation like Wolves. We don't want to sell Kunha. So everybody get their own plan. So you go can't disrupt their plan midway to the season. You can't expect them to carry their own player, give you possible. So that's why this is Brandon Mbeumo. We can only try because as it be like this now, we need somebody to come in and handle that right wing. But we'll just the watch for me. I don't think this Mbeumo will work. Go and look for players that the probability of you getting them is there. That's if they tell me that the advice person, that was advice. Now, when you check Twitter today now, you see say Nico Williams the trend based on say we don't lose Newcastle. People call it say we sign Nico Williams. Even myself, I'm a strong advocate of Nico Williams. But today I took a step back. I could say, in fact, let us check because really this Nico Williams I not really the full one. Now this Euros they play. Now I really put out for the spotlights. Me personally, I know really they follow. And I don't know how many of you now will be saying no, and before that Euros, really they follow and regularly like they watch about La Liga. I know really they follow. So based on the way people they talk about and now being the journalist, I said, look at enter research mode. Look at see how this guy, what is his statistics? What has he done over the years? You get how many numbers they put out for La Liga? What can I even see? Because we are talking about using this guy to replace Martinelli. How is he better than Martinelli? Is he another Martinelli? Like, I won't just put the thing to bed. I go into research mode. This thing, as some people say, use of the feedback, just go for Google, just type Nico Williams stats. Now, you see what you see on the screen. You look at how many years when you don't play for La Liga, how many games, how many goals, how many assists. You will see them for your front. Now, this guy burst into the scene 2020, 2021 for the senior team because he play Atletico Bilbao B before they come promote him to Atletico Bilbao normal club. Now, 2020-2021, 2 matches, nothing. 2021-2022, 34 games, nothing. 2022-2023, 36 games, 6 goals, and 4 assists. Okay? 2023-2024, 31 games, 5 goals, 11 assists. Okay, impressive. Now, this season, 17 games, 1 goal, 3 assists. Now, when you check Martinelli's own statistics, these are what you will see. Now, 2019-2020, 14 games, 3 goals, nothing. Okay. Then 2020-2021, 14 games, 2 goals, like that. Until you come to 2021-2022, 29 games, 6 goals and assists. 2022-2023, 15 goals, 5 assists. Last 2023-2024, 35 games, 6 goals, 4 assists. Now, this season, 5 goals, 2 assists. Now, on paper, who is a better player? Because I just say make I do the fact, make I check this data. Because data don't lie. Make you not be saying Nico Williams na hype. In fact, for me, with the research I do now, my conclusion is that the difference between Nico Williams and Martinelli is the fact that that's my own conclusion. No, I don't know. I would like to hear your own. Maybe go put them in the comment section, because normally after the show, I go through the comments and I'll see those we can exchange ideas or agree on things. The difference between Martinelli and Nico Williams for me is that Nico Williams can take on players. He can take on opposition defenders. He plays both feet, left and right. He not a fear to dribble person. He go meet you 1v1. Although his end product is not that productive. From the data we are seeing, he can take on players. Martinelli cannot take on players. Martinelli depends and relies on pace alone. Nico Williams doesn't just rely on pace, he relies on pace and trickery. So these are the things where I see what they can do better. Now, at the end, the question now becomes, should we really be going for Nico Williams? That is a question I just want to put out there. So I would like to hear your own opinion based on the data you are seeing. Because mind you, Nico Williams is playing for Atletico Bilbao, that nobody is ganging up against him. Nobody is setting up 10 men behind the ball against him. Martinelli is facing a low block, 2-4-7. When it comes to Arsenal, it's going to be facing a low block. How productive do you think he will be? Me just they put out all these like things out there. So make it like you need to rack your brain. Like let me hear from you. What do you think about this Nico Williams? Because now it be like our ultimate all messiah now. You get until you check the statistics, you say, wait a minute, how productive is this guy? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section as I wait those comments. Now you get another case now where the ESPN call the torchlights now. So this case is affecting one of our players, even though the player was not mentioned here. You get, but me, I don't have 1 + 1 = 2. I can't go do further research. You get about this case. So when you check, you go see say ESPN say the Metropolitan Police have passed a full file of evidence about a Premier League footballer. That's what they said, accused of rape. So the Crown Prosecution Service, who will now decide the next steps to take. And sources have told ESPN that the player cannot be named for legal reasons. The player has continued to play for his club since his initial arrest in July 2022, and the player denies all allegations. Now, you may not know who they are talking about, but it is Thomas Partey. That's who they are talking about, although he has not been mentioned. I did further research. I checked when was Thomas Partey initially arrested. You get, so it was in 2022 about this particular case. They mentioned the year, they mentioned the dates, the months, but they didn't mention the name of the player. He was initially charged before they come free him, but now they say they don't get file of evidence, full file. So the Crown Prosecution Service will decide how they won't go. Now, when you look at reports online, in fact, they trend for Twitter like this. When you look at some reports in the media, they say Arsenal could be forced to suspend and sell Thomas Partey amid pending rape charges for the way things they go. The case has been long-running investigation, with the footballer first arrested in July 2022 after allegations of rape were made by a woman in her 20s. He was further arrested on suspicion of 2 additional rape charges alleged by a second woman, with incidents dating back to June. Now, the Crown Prosecution Services suggest the case is reaching a critical juncture where they have to probably rearrest and prosecute. Now, why am I bringing this up? This might make Arsenal not look at extending Thomas Partey's contract. For those who know really, they follow the case. You get, because at least maybe that's why if you watch, most times when Thomas Partey they play for England, most teams or some teams they boo him. If them pass ball give him, because they wonder what did Thomas Partey do this team, and because of this case. You get, some people feel the case has not been tried. At least try the case. Let us get a guilty or a not guilty verdict. Now, what do some people think? So it's just quite sad, because if they charge him now, like today, say they come now, charge him, arrest him, the first thing Arsenal will do is to suspend him, whether he's innocent or guilty. Arsenal will suspend him. So when you look at the fact that his contract ends at the end of the season, I see like Arsenal not extending it, but could just watch. That is depending on whether the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Services, will like carry the case and say, okay, we are going to trial, we want to prosecute you. Or, okay, no worry, we are not doing anything about. So now that one will just the watch and see how since they go. Now this evening, this news just break. You get ESPN 9 break them, but just the watch. Anyhow, the thing they go, I will let you know. Now let's bring you a first message from one of our sponsors, Mobile Wealth Associates and Co Limited. They are into construction services. They're into dredging, canalization, real estate, and shore protection works. They're also into mechanical and fabrication services and procurement services nationwide. Now, if you want to reach out to them, you can call them on 08064642234, and they're located at number 7 Kennywood Road, Orias, the opposite St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt. So if you're interested in any of the services, do reach out to them. Now, away from that, so the Mirror, Concomaster said they give us another report about Alan Shearer, where they talk say make Newcastle not make the mistake of selling Isak to Arsenal. Because if you sell Isak to Arsenal, where will you get a player of his caliber to replace the goals we go follow and go? Say, make sense. Now, this is a biased analysis from a Newcastle legend, and I understand where it's coming from. You get, but still, we need to put the players' happiness and the players' growth and the players' ambition in the front burner. You get, ahead of your own selfish interests. Will Alexander Isak at Newcastle compete for the Champions League? Will he compete for the Premier League? Will he go to Champions League football? How often will he go to Champions League playing for Newcastle? These are the issues. So not be about your own selfish interests. You get, so Arsenal are a bigger fish compared to Newcastle. So that's what I mean. I see him because when they asked Alan Shearer, he said no. No is the answer. Alan Shearer was telling the rest is football. Who are they going to go out and get that would come into Newcastle and do a similar job? We know that centre forward is the most important position in a footballing club. So by the end of the day, nobody Alan Shearer will decide for Alexander Isak. In fact, look at come on this picture first. Many sources, many experts are saying the only reason where Alexander Isak will stay Newcastle beyond this season. Now, if they miraculously end up in top 4, if Newcastle end up in top 4, they'll go to Champions League, he will be happy because he wants to play Champions League. He did not leave Real Sociedad because of no lack of Champions League, but to come to Newcastle at the end of the day, experiencing the same thing, to come and stay there. No, say would like to see move on. So everything depends on where Newcastle ends up at the end of the season. So that's what it will be. But we'll just watch that. Now, Inter Milan, from what we hear, say that they're interested in Arsenal star in a shock January move. Now, who Inter Milan they interested in? They're interested in signing Zinchenko. You get, so now what with the here now say they really want to sign the player because really when you look at Arsenal, how many games Zinchenko they play, it's going to look like surplus to requirements. Say Arsenal are reportedly open to the departure of Ukrainian left back Zinchenko before the January transfer window closes, with Serie A champions Inter Milan expressing interest in the versatile defender. Now, according to the Sun, Inter Milan are preparing a formal bid for a 28-year-old, and Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta reportedly open-minded about allowing Zinchenko to leave. And when you look at the fact that Skelly, Calafiori, we still get Jacob Kivior that can play that area. So, and if everybody is fit, you get Zinchenko, and we still get Tierney. So that's why they have to say, okay, Zinchenko can leave if he wants to actually leave for more game time. You get, so that one I said the. Now Martin Keown kind of suggest, okay, in case of maybe we don't get anybody we will bring in, say the fill up that Bukayo Saka role with Nwaneri. You get, because he said this on Talk Sports. Martin Keown believes Nwaneri could be the man to best deputize for Bukayo Saka at Arsenal. I don't like this type of thinking. Arsenal have no reason whatsoever not to bring in a Saka replacements. You cannot be relying on Nwaneri. Under normal circumstances, that boy is supposed to just stay for bench, they learn. But see the pressure we don't put for the little 17-year-old head. See how he don't get injury now. Put too much pressure on him to perform. At a club as big as Arsenal, no. That's not acceptable. It's just like saying, okay, let's go and bring back Chris Nelson from Fulham, or let's go and bring back Fabi Vieira from Porto to come and replace. No. We should be dipping our hands in the purse and getting somebody, bringing somebody in. That is the normal way we're supposed to respond to that injury. So calls for Nwaneri to be our cover. I don't really buy into that. In the interim, yes, but for long term, no. Long term means it's for the end of the season. I know by that idea. You get, who says the ball will not get another injury? Do you know how the kind of strong bone waiting for that EPA? You want to bring that forward like all this type of rhetorics. I don't really like them at all. Get, I don't like them, but what thing I go do now? What could they watch? Now, another pundit, come and say Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes say then they fear Alexander Isak. You get, so when you look at the match we played against Newcastle yesterday, that they were scared of him. So former Man City goalkeeper Shea Given, he reckons that Arsenal centre backs William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes were scared of Newcastle's as in the Isak during their 2-0 defeat. The Gunners were beaten at the Emirates Stadium in the first leg of the EFL Cup semi-final tie on Tuesday, January 7. How they take the Fiera? Like Arteta said, apart from those 2 goals, how many clear-cut chances Isak gets? Isak was even forced to be going on the wings. He's number 9. They forced him to go to the wings. Like, apart from those 2 chances, how many clear cuts he gets? Even after the match, I even hear say the guy don't get hamstring injury. That guy said, they play into the narrative of injury prone. This month, he don't get injury. I don't even understand that guy. You get. But me, I don't really buy that idea, say the Fiera. Although I concede, say, Saliba's performance don't dip. Like, he's having a dip in form. Saliba's performance don't reduce. You get. You know, they as formidable as before, probably because he needs rest. Because he's not a robot. That man, and this all the center defenders now, they play, if now 100 minutes became 97 minutes, they will play the entire Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, they play almost the entirety of all the whole minutes. They don't get a breathing space. Sadly, Ricardo Calafiori, see that guy if he play left-sided center back. If everybody they okay, you get. Say Ben White the right side, Simba the left. Calafiori is supposed to replace Magalhaes, normal. But who be Saliba replacement? Do ever think say who be Saliba replacement? You say Tomiyasu will say that one. I don't know what since season starts. Nobody even see my guy. Okay, so these are some of the issues. And when you look back, you say, okay, I thought I signed too much defensive reinforcements. Where are they? We can't see them. So it's just like me, this rhetoric about the talk, I don't subscribe to them. I don't follow you get. Now David Ornstein can they explain, say, yes, Matthew Kun had on signed new deal for Wolves, and the difference for this new deal when signed, they say there's a release clause in the deal, you get, because if I said the deal where the guy get before, there wasn't a release clause, you get. And now the reason why Wolves do this extension, the main thing now to add a release clause, because Wolves won't sell the guy, but the amount when they hear people they peddle for the media space, nobody amount with them would like to sell, and so we never know what to be the release clause from now. But the year say yes, there's a release clause in there. Just like when Osimhen won't come up for Napoli can't sign extension with them. Come put a ridiculous 106 million release clause where nobody could pay because it was ridiculous. In fact, this morning, at the end they get news, say Jamal Musiala gets the contract extension when they get with Bayern is stalling. His contract is supposed to expire 2026 or 2027. So they don't give him a new extension. He don't let them know today, say, better add a release clause for that deal because people want a way out in case something is not going well. You get. Nobody just want to be caged. So Musiala is asking Bayern to include a 175 million euro release clause. Bayern say no. So they say they drag their own there. The same way they say Isak and Newcastle they drag their own with release clause. You get. So now so it be. Nobody wants to just stay one place. You can see the workers, they want change ship. You need to leave. You get. So more just to watch this Kunha maybe in the future. I think I still one time when we hear the release clause, if it's something within reach, if we like the player so much, we can still go for him. So that might not be bad deal. You get. Wolves don't go put 100 million now. They don't sell 100 million player for their life. IFI is maybe 70 million. This is 80 million. Now this brings us to the second sponsor of the day. So tonight's video is also powered by Stina Imperial Collections. They're a brand that you can trust. Yeah, they make high quality leather products like belts, wallets, shoes, and slippers, and they make all these with genuine original leather. Okay, so if you want to reach out to them, you can call them on 081-3927-3778. So contact them if you're interested in any of their services. Now, another report we're going to get from Football Transfers. Now, the fact say the contracts we then give Trossard, making sign for extension, say Trossard no agree. The first offer, say the contract talks between Trossard and Arsenal have broken down. Now, what will be the bone of contention? Trossard feels say the offer no really like make sense. You get, because say Arsenal winger and Trossard rejects offer of a new contract at the Emirates Stadium, putting his future in serious doubt. So we never really know what is the offer, but for now, he don't reject the first one. So probably as a reject them, they go to Arsenal say, reach what I want, see what I want. So we could just watch any way Desha Shola Adeye. I will let you know. All right, so that brings us back to the biggest news of the night. So the biggest news, let me first say, according to the Athletic, Arsenal, they consider PSG the Kangin for January transfer window. So Arsenal remain to open talks. The Athletic, they let us know this one today. All these fine. You go say Arsenal to the link with players, but it goes to show that they are really working night and day to see how they go fix that our right-sided problem, that Saka area, because that will be the major priority for now. Since a striker cannot come in, because if a striker come in now, who will come the assistant from that side? We need somebody to play there again, because for me, striker or a winger if you score goal, you get like this guy now. The guy is very very fast. The guy is very very versatile. Can play center forward. They can play that right wing and in left. Go check YouTube. Likangin. You get. I don't watch like 4 videos. This is me. If it's good, I'll tell you. You get. I don't really value the guy. Now want him on loan with an option or obligation to buy for you to know say if you go buy players outrightly, which is very very sad. So by the Arsenal lovers, I think this is a fine place for us to call the show an end. So till I come your way later in the morning tomorrow to give you the morning news. So then thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your night. Now good night. I'll get out. All right, guys. Ciao.